Hello guys, it's Parsh once again from IB Made Easy, and I am here to talk about what you should do and what you shouldn't do in IB from my personal experience. My subjects were HL Maths, HL Economics, HL Physics, SL English, SL Ab Initio Indonesian, and SL Business Management. My total points were 45. It was seriously ultra tough at the start. I was doing it all wrong. I did not understand anything in physics, and economics had some really tough graphs. But in the second year, I realized that whether I get a 40 or a 24, it's all on me, and you cannot blame anyone for the final result. Alright, let's start the video. The first step for succeeding in IB is to love your subjects. In the first year, I started learning complex numbers in Maths HL. You get my point, you Maths HL students. Why are you doing complex numbers when they don't exist? English, I've always hated that my entire life because I got a D in IGCSE for English. When you do not like your subjects, there's no way that you can do anything right in IB. Start to understand that if you're gonna retaliate from your teachers, your subjects, nothing's gonna get done. No matter how much you hate a subject, eventually you need to change your study style so that you start liking it. And that's the end of my first tip. Just learn to love your subject. The second tip is to finish your IAs, EEs, CAS, TOK, essay by January if your exams are in May. You need that preparation time to prepare for the exams. Alright, do your IA slowly, do an intro today, a body paragraph tomorrow. In a week you can easily finish an IA draft, you can easily finish an EE, even two if it's short. Be a good researcher. That's very important when you're doing your EE, your IAs, your TOK. IB loves students, they want to cite everything. IB just loves citations. So finish your IAs, EE, CAS, and TOK essay by January. The third tip is all about notes, and this is what IB Made Easy can help you with. Notes are ultra helpful because the textbooks, the IB textbooks are not official. They're made by individual publishers, and sometimes in order to show off, they put more information there what's actually in the syllabus. I recommend you make your own notes, and if you don't have the time, just like I did not, you make notes for specific subjects. IB Made Easy provides full notes for HL Physics, provides full notes for Business Management, and provides notes on macroeconomics, as well as tips for all the other subjects. Fourth point is a really personal one. This is what I did. I took my calendar, and 70 days before the exams, I made a countdown from 70 all the way to the exam day. I thought that 2 months seems like a lot of time, but when you write down 60 days, 59 days, 58 days, you start to understand that it's not, and you can make every single day count. Look, the psychology here is that if you have 65 days and if you have 55 days for your exam, you still say 2 months, and you wouldn't understand that you just missed 10 days, you procrastinated for 10 days. But once you write it down on the calendar and you're looking at every single day, every single hour pass, you will automatically start working more. So I would say create a countdown on your calendar. If it's gonna put you under a lot of pressure, then you do not need to do that. The fifth tip is to be a resource finder. I cannot stress this enough. If you want to do well in your IAs and EEs, which are a crucial part of your IB diploma, then you need to be a really good resource finder. Citations are very important. I did my citations through a website called bibme.org, bibme.org. I just put the website or the book there, and they would create a nice citation for me with all the dates, and this way I was making sure that I'm acknowledging everybody, every single resource properly. So that's the end of this tip. Number 6. Make a schedule. I made a schedule 3 times during IB, followed it for 2 to 3 weeks, and it didn't work after that. So I kept making new ones. I think it's a great idea, but don't kill yourself with it. Make something you can follow. I wasn't able to follow my first one because it had 6 hours of studying a day, and I could barely keep up with 2 or 3. At 2 months before exams, I made another one which had 4 hours a day, much less than 6 hours, and I was able to follow it much better. I did not follow the exact schedule, but I was studying during those study hours. Again, it's a personal thing, works for some, but some like to be spontaneous with their study. Whatever it is, I just suggest you study 4 hours a day, 60 days before your exam. Number 7, at some point before exams, this happens to everyone, trust me, you realize, oh shit, I need to start studying. Okay, please have this talk with yourself early March. You need at least 50 days, don't do it in April. You just need to have this talk, oh shit, I need to study. You need to have this talk with yourself 60 days before the exams so that you can procrastinate for 10 days and then when you have 50 days left, you start studying. These are gonna be the most crucial 50 days of your entire life and you don't want to screw this up. So prepare well, have the talk with yourself. Number 8, you don't need to study a lot, but you need to study consistently. 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day starting 2 months before the exam is everything you need to get a 45. You don't need to study for 8 hours, 10 hours. I never did that. You just need to chill. You need to enjoy your study 4 hours a day. You can sleep for 10 hours a day. You can hang out for 10 hours a day, but for 4 hours a day every day, 2 months before exams, you need to start studying. Number 9, you need to chill, sleep, play sports, go out. I never studied after 10 p.m. even the night before exam. 8 hours of sleep is something I got every single day because I realized how important it was. From my personal experience, at the start of IB, I did what most do. I worked overnight. It's a nice vibe. Oh, I'm working until 2 a.m. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this every day. Well, I got sick back to back twice. I missed a week of school, I got behind on work, and decided that I'm not playing with my health. It comes back to bite you so hard, trust me. I decided to do this thing after that called Savers. I put it as a CAS. The full form is basically silence, assertion, visualization, exercise, read, and scribble. It was really good for physical activity as well as mental activity every single morning. Silence refers to meditation for a minute. Assertion refers to telling yourself that I can get a 45. Visualization refers to thinking what would happen if you got 45. Think about your parents, how happy would they be? Exercise, read a book, read a intellectual book, doesn't have to be an IB book. I never read an IB book. I was reading about Jack Ma, Bill Gates, and the last one is scribble. Write down anything that's in your mind. I didn't really understand that, didn't really do it very much, but it's up to you, and this works. I told myself every day that I'm gonna get a 45 in the morning, though I never believed myself, and look, I actually got a 45 by studying 4 hours a day. Always chill, sleep, play sports, and don't play with your health. That's the last tip. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end this video here. It's been quite long. I hope now you know how I got 45 points in the IB diploma. You can curve around these tips a little bit. I know they're well suited to me, but they might not be well suited to you. Comment down below if it ever works for you, or if it's not working for you, I can suggest something else. Also comment down below what video I should make next. Physics, economics, maths, business, English, everything works. You want to know about my universities? I'll make a video about that. By the way guys, I've decided that I'm gonna postpone on the website. I'm gonna release all my notes here on YouTube. I love the support on the first video. It already got 500 views. I never even dreamt of that. My target was to get 100 views within a day, and you guys are seriously blowing up with almost 50 subscribers after just single video. Watch my IB result reaction if you haven't already, and wait for those notes. They're coming. I'm just preparing them. I know the IA season is coming for the grade 12s. There's a lot of documents I have for my subjects which I used for my IAs. I'm gonna share all my IAs with you. I'm gonna put them down in the description whenever I make a video about them, so stay tuned for that as well, and subscribe to IB Made Easier guys, and we're gonna do this together. We're gonna get a 45, don't you worry about that.